Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to the channel. You know it as JJPB. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Keep me working. Hit the like button. Keep YouTube working. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video or a live stream. But today, or tonight, or however you want to call it, we are back on the project. The project part 5. I'll take you guys down so you can see what I got cooking. And don't forget to drink and snacks. I got mine right here. Okay, guys. This has to be built. And in order for it to be built, we have to put all the parts in its place. We're going to have to put everything together. So, I'm moving everything off to the side. So that way we can do the white glove treatment. But let's pan over, guys. Let's pan over. And see what I got done. Okay. I got the motherboard on here, but you noticed that the motherboard's pointing that way, this way. I wanted the wires and the I/O to go that way. That way I can Velcro strap them and keep it nice and neat and pull it off to the side, pull it around, and put it right where it needs to be. Power supply is going to be on that side. It's going to be pointing that way. 24 pins here. Dual 8-pin EPS is down at the bottom. Okay, and then turn around the where you at? There you are. Air cooler can go like so. So air cooler can go there. Okay. Underneath, right here, in the bottom basement, I'm going to raise these legs up about this much. So it's going to be sitting upwards about like this. Off of the, I'm going to raise it up off the counter, the top of this. And I'm going to mount fans, 2 fans right here. Like these fans right here, give you an example. Something like this. But they're going to be a little bit further underneath. Like if wiring and stuff. Let me get the wiring positions. They're going to be more or less like underneath like this. On the rail, but I'm going to be raising this up, and these fans are going to be turned around unless I use reversible fans. So they'll be going like so. Let me turn this around, make it a little bit easier on myself. Or my bad. They'll be going somewhere in the knee jerk of like this. And I'll probably have another rail coming along the front. And the power supply is going to be in the back. So this is going to be pushed. This is going to be taking cool air from the bottom, pushing it up. Now, if I wanted to be more creative, Since graphics card's going to be here, we'll talk about that in a moment. Graphics card's going to be here. We can, since it's open air, we could probably get away with one fan here. I know it's not going to be an exhaust fan. This is going to be an intake fan. So we're blowing it across here, like so. Not too bad. So we get the air going this way. This way. The cooler is going this way, which the air is going this way. I have to move the monitor a little bit. I have to move the monitor a little bit this way. Or just point it like this. And all the air goes to the back. And also, too, it'll circulate the air in the back for the monitor. So the monitor is getting a little bit of air. Test bench is getting air this way and this way. GPU will be right here. And later on, if I want to do something at the top, I could put a bracket here and put the AIO here. If I want to put an AIO cooler, I could put an AIO here and then feed it down to here. And truthfully, there is no difference from having it inside of a case to where the radiator's flat across the top and having the hoses go this way. There's no difference than have the hose coming from here and going to here. No difference. It's just the pitch is a little bit lower, but that shouldn't make a difference. The pump should be able to handle it. So, that's my idea about the fans and the AIO if I decide, and the air cooler. So that takes care of those parts. Move all this stuff out of the way. Now, the last but not least part that's going to be like the be-all. Okay, so we now have to establish where to put the mounting bracket for the GPU. So I established that foot that they were using down at the bottom, right here. Down there, don't need it. It's not necessary. To take this, and put it here. So this will slide right next to there, and that'll take care of that. Using the brackets that they did give for mounting the a hard disk drive, and I got the screws. This right here in the center, this center hole, perfectly meets up with the center hole here. So basically, this will fit right over. So when you're fitting this in, that's against the motherboard tray. This will fit here. This will get mounted to the tray. So this will have a screw that goes from here and bolts here. This screw will go through here and will bolt here. And it'll bolt these two pieces on. These two pieces. So as you can see, I have a plan for it. This will mount to the tray using these type of screws and nuts, and then you just tighten it down, and boom, it's done. You can adjust it, tighten it, and you're done. So, as you guys can see, I have a plan. Now, as far as the PSU goes, this bracket might be good enough, it might not. So we got the PSU here. Why not check it out? Why not see if the PSU is going to mount where we want it to? So the PSU is going to have to mount upwards, if I'm feeling this right. And believe it or not, it will mount to the bracket. So this will mount onto the rack. And all I got to do is put something like a rubber piece right about here, long enough to support or figure out some kind of support for the back of the power supply. So I can mount the bracket here, but I'm going to need support here. I'm going to need support there, guys. But I can figure that out too. That's the reason why they call them hardware stores. Because I'll go to the hardware store, I'll get my measurements, and we can go from there. So now we can use this bracket here. This bracket here. Oh, I showed you guys this bracket. We can use this bracket here for the PSU. We can mount the GPU. So, what's left? What is left to do? Well, what do you guys think I should do? Should I put like a LCD tray right here? Guys, I was looking at this. You know, this is a good mounting platform. If I want to put like, you know, right here, and I want to put like an LCD kind of thing right here, I can put it on that, use the phenolic for that, and I can mount me like a long little color LCD and put it right here. This way I can put the temperatures, I can look at all the stuff in digital form. I have a plan. And I have extra here too if I need to mount anything else. Or I can turn it up like this. And I can mount an LCD here. And then I can mount something over here for testing. You know, I got a plan. I think it will look good when it's done. So if I decide to go air cooler, that's fine. If I decide to go AIO, that's fine. The mounting bracket for the graphics card is fine. And if I got a longer GPU, then I can take this right here. I could bet you I can turn it right here. I can turn it on its side. So you guys see what I'm doing. I can turn it on its side right here. So, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, this hasn't been an easy travel, but you know, you're always going to get painstaking when it comes to, and let me close this off. Guys, you're always going to have painstaking when it comes to being an enthusiast. No matter what you're building or what you're doing, it's always going to take hours and hours. So I decided to shorten up the video a little bit. And when I get all the rest of the parts, I can bring you guys back and we can finish this up and be said and done. But as you can see, it does not look like a bad thing. It's painstaking. Directions sucked. Okay, to be honest with you, the directions sucked. It was painstaking. That's why this is the reason why I don't have the book here on the table. I kept looking at the book, and guess where I made my mistake? I was looking at the book. Stupidest thing I've done. I should know by looking at what I want, I can convert it. So that's exactly what I did. Now, if you guys look, this is no longer a right-hand case. This is a left-hand case. This is a left-hand test bench. So basically, when I'm testing and everything else, you guys will see the crux of it all right here. You'll see everything. So if I had a right-hand case, this would be pointing towards the wall. And that's what I didn't want. So I had to think, okay, where am I going to put this on this tray? So I had to start with a corner. So I started with the corner here, and then I started putting the mounting brackets for the standoffs, going one by one by one by one by until I got all the way up to this last corner. And you guys noticed right here, each one of the brackets are tied down. This motherboard is not going anywhere. I tied it down here, here, and here. And I figured since the motherboard, now get a pointing apparatus, the motherboard screwed into this rail here, but the other two screwed into the rail here. So I had to offset it to get this in here correctly. So once I got these three offset and ready to go, then I can go from screw to screw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, here's the trick. These are screwed down and mounted. The 3 screws on the end. This screw, and this screw, I left slidable on the rail. There's no way in hell you're going to screw that down onto that rail. That's where I took hours to figure out. These inner screws, as long as these screws themselves are tight, the bracket will keep it tight to the L bracket will keep it tight to this, to the rail. The L bracket will keep it tight to the rail. So all you got to do is tighten that down, and just hand firm tighten the nut that's there to keep it in place. Just to snug it up a little bit, which you can do from the backside, which they should have used in a hex screw instead of using a Phillips head screw. They should have used a hex screw on that, and a special tool that you can take from the backside and tighten it down from the backside. Backside wasn't easy, guys. As you can see, everything goes on the rail right along here, except for this one right here. This screw right here is on this rail. These 3 are on this rail. This one's here and here for the motherboard. These two, this one's locked down tight to this rail. This one is not. This one is not, and this one is not. It's impossible. And I don't care how good of a technician you are. It's always going to be off just by a little bit if you lock them down. So I snug tight. I left them a little snug tight so they'll move when I put the motherboard in, and it worked. So we know the power supply. We know the motherboard's in. That's definite permanent. We know the power supply itself is going right here, which I think we can get a little bit. Yeah, well, we'll see. So the power supply is going to go there. All the wiring is going to be back here. You're not going to see the wiring. It's going to be in the back here. So what's open and left? Oh, you guys can't see me. Oh my God. So what's open and left after doing the power supply and everything else is whatever you want to add to it. Like the technical stuff, the digital meters and stuff like that, if you want to add it, so that way you can take and, I'm going to make it look good. I'm going to put enough digital meters in here, and I'm going to put enough temperature counters, digital meters, the whole 900 yards. The whole 900 yards. So as we can see, guys, I'm going to take and tell you this. If you're going to do a project with this, which I put the link in the description if you want to give it a shot, you'll probably take and do it in less time. I'm more or less like nitpicking this like crazy. Because I want it the way I want it. And I'm getting it that way, it looks like. And, putting the motherboard like this, getting a left-handed kind of case, gives me another idea in how I want to set up an actual case. Because if I could do this with the motherboard and transform it, I do not see why case manufacturers cannot do this neither. I don't know what the hell the problem is. They just got to change. I know everybody's used to, a case on the right hand, your right hand here, but I want one that's like this. Got one on my left hand, got one on my right hand. Okay. One for testing, the other one for content creating. 2 cases. This is my test bench. And I keep forgetting the goddamn name of it too. Give me a minute, I'll tell you the name. I love this. Got to make sure you get one of these. Cheap at Walmart, guys. So, let me keep moving stuff around. White glove treatment. I'm giving it one glove's the wrong way. White glove treatment, guys. I'm giving you the white glove treatment right here. And they're not rubbies neither. They're actually cloth. So, coming down to it, found the book right here. Okay? Right here. PCJMK5. Cool 5. I don't know why they put cool in there. I don't see how the hell this is cool. I really don't see how the hell this is cool. So, final thought for right now. I need to get a long screw to go through this. Oh, long screw to go through this. To bolt. You guys can't see that. Oh my God. To bolt on one side and the screw to go through the other for these two mounting brackets right here. These two mounting brackets. That will mount it right onto right here. So now, oh, you guys can't see. Damn. I gotta start, putting this on auto where my hands are. So, right here. So, I like the idea of having it over there. This, the way I got it, is more sturdy than the way they had it. This is more solid than the way they had it, for sure. Because now I'm going to have to get a thin coat to go over to the back of this of rubber. A very thin coat, so there's no vibration. If you would have put this bracket on this, it would have been doing this. It would have been vibrating. This right here, this bar right here, gives this whole piece. It's not that thick, guys. It's not that thick. Gives it stability. This will give it very good stability, especially when it has to hold the weight of your GPU. And plus, the weight of the GPU is going to be switched because now the weight of the GPU was going in the other direction. Now it's going in the other direction. So it's going to be weighted differently on this. So take that into mind. And then I have to take in mind to make sure it's secure over on this side. And so that way the X16 slot doesn't take a lot of brunt of weight. I might have to put a bracket over here to support the GPUs. Just a bracket, a slide bracket will work right here. That'll be fine. I know I was going to put a fan here, but I can put a fan right here too. I can put a fan right here, put a slide bracket right here. Slide bracket comes down like this, down. I can put it right up here and put it and hold the weight of the GPU. So, and still have the fan here. I think that's a good plan. I hope you guys think this is a good plan, because now I got to edit the video. That's going to be the tricky part today. To edit the video for tomorrow. I already got today's video already uploaded. All I got to do is go from private to public. I did that because the video took an hour and a half to load it to YouTube. An hour and a half. 50-minute videos don't take 5 minutes anymore. And also, too, last thing, my editor, I want to talk to you guys about that a little bit, too. We'll have another video on it, but I'm just going to tell you. I switched from Microsoft Clipchamp to CapCut. Now you're going to see a little sign on my screen that says powered by CapCut. It would have said powered by Microsoft Clipchamp, but they decided to screw up my PC by their program. Because all it did was every time I tried to load up the program, black screen. I've had quite a few issues with Clipchamp. I think I'm going to retire it, and I'm going to go with CapCut, because with CapCut, they don't make you pay for 4K. Like Microsoft has you to have a monthly subscription in order to get 4K and the rest. And then if you don't, you're just on 1080p. Why am I going to pay for a monthly subscription when I can go get something for free? And maybe CapCut gets really good in my blood. I might buy the yearly subscription. So far, I'm liking it, but we'll talk more about it on another video. All right, guys, I'm going to call this good for now. I will keep you apprised about this project because it's going to be sitting here in my face. It's not going away. This is not going away anytime soon because it's going to be sitting in my face like a bad toothache until I make sure I get it at 100%. And when I do, it's going to be great. Yes, it's DDR4. Yes, I'm running 64 gigs. Yes, I got a 5700X in here. And yes, I think maybe if it goes well, the 5800 X3D might go in this rig for testing. So that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Be real interesting. Just want to say that. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it here. First time here, hit the subscribe button, keep me working. Hit the like button, keep YouTube working. Hit the notification bell so you know when I post the next video or live stream. Until the next time and the next video, you know what it is. We'll see you on the next one, guys. For sure.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.